What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along on the channel recently, you know that we picked up a 1990 Ford Mustang Coupe, which happens to be a police SSP car. And you can see here, in the last couple of videos, we pulled the driveline out of it because we got plans for this car, and that's what we're gonna go over today, is what's the accelerated build plans of our new coupe. We're also gonna drop the tank, and we're gonna get in here and go through the interior so we can get an idea of what's in there, get the thing kind of at the point to where we can start building on it. So if you're interested to see what we do with the car, stick around and let's get into wrenching.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that old desire.
All right, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta get the fuel system out because we're gonna be doing quite a bit of welding to the car and fabrication. It's got a aftermarket fuel system in it, sort of. As it's a pretty new setup, the nice thing is we don't have to deal with a lot of rust like you do normally in Ohio. You know, it has the PTFE lines, which you'll see here in a second. There's a lot of welding that's gonna be happening in this car to stiffen the chassis up a little bit. This is gonna be, we are building a prep, no prep stick shift car, and this is the type of car that I've been wanting to build for a number of years. So we're gonna get our trusty transmission stand up, and we're gonna pop a couple of these bolts out. There's usually a plastic cover on these, but the previous owner didn't have one. I may end up actually fabricating this tank for a sump for this car. Cousin Fred, you ain't done working yet!
Heck no, you're never done working, always something to do.
Man, he's silly.
That chair needs WD more than that door.
I know, man. I use that chair for the live streams. It's like,
Hey, lift it.
this is what I pay for. Home improvements in the garage. All right, let's get back to work.
Every time he's doing his live stream, he starts leaning back in the chair.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all these PTFE lines. That's what it looks like. We're gonna go all the way up here to the regulator, and we're gonna put it all in a box. Being that we're a turbo car, a lot of our downpipes come down the passenger side. Most likely this car will have a fender exit because the turbo kit I'm gonna show you later on in the video. I pretty much got all the parts to make this thing, you know, a nice little stick shift monster. You know, we gotta peel it back. We gotta go back to, you know, square one in this build, and that requires taking all the parts out of it, you know, getting everything reinforced, so.
Bolts.
So it looks like we got a couple disconnects here, like it's an aftermarket hat, so I'm assuming that that's like a dash. I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's nice. Didn't even have a strainer on it. So we got the tank down, and one thing I did want to tell you guys, this is stuff you got to look for. This is the vacuum for the top of the tank. This thing is completely flat. There's no venting of that tank. This will wreak havoc on your fuel system. So you see how flat that is? All right, so we're gonna start taking these brackets off. So we'll put these all in a little baggie or whatever, and we'll continue to use them. Working our way front. I would made a little bit of a mess. We'll go up there and grab the air motive. That's the regulator, and we'll put that in a box, and we'll deal with this another day. But so now we can actually take the car off the lift. Stick around to the end of the video and show you some of the items that build from this car. All right, so we're gonna get this car actually off the lift. We have to start over from base to get this car ready for what we're about to do to it. And let's get into the interior and get the stuff out of the interior. We'll see what else came with the car, and I know some of you guys were curious to see what that was. All right, so in the trunk, got some harnesses that came with the car. I haven't really been in this trunk much at all, but that's a mass air engine harness, and I think it was in pretty good shape. Naturally, you guys see the box. You've probably seen the harness. This does have a Holley Terminator X in it. Brand new in a box. Still got some of the stuff in here. You guys probably noticed it here in the engine bay, but pretty much brand new. So yeah, we're gonna be tuning on Holley Terminator X with the driveline that we plan on putting in this, which stick around here in the video, and we're gonna talk briefly about what we're doing. All right, so we're gonna expedite removing some of this stuff out of the coupe, just kind of setting it in a pile, you know, to get it out of the trunk, but you gotta make room for what we're about to do to the car. Got an intake gasket. That's another mass air harness. I have no idea what that went to, bro. Just throw it out in the pile. This is the trunk harness. We'll keep that in here for now. What is this? Look at a BBK. Oh, this is a 30 pound injectors, bro. And here's an actual factory injector harness. We just got to clean the junk out of the trunk, bro. You know? We're cleaning the junk out of the trunk, and what else we got in here? So it looks like it's got a brace. We're not going to actually use that brace because we're going to be putting a cage in the car, but we definitely need this and the clips that go with it. So this is pretty much what we got going on in the trunk. Had some harnesses. It's probably the original console, which is cool. You know, as long as it's not broken, we'll dye it and change it to where it fits. And remember, we're going to be lightweight like the white car, so there's not going to be a heater box in here and all that other stuff. So we got the actual natural dash that it came with, obviously. So we're going to set that over here with the interior pieces that we're going to use with the console. We'll probably run a delete just like we do with the white car. So it looks like we got those are nice, bro. Look at that. Dang. These are the original SSP seats. I got the other one sitting over here, which is really cool. I might end up running with those anyway. Formation of being an ex-cop car. But like I was showing you in the other videos, there's where the light bar was. Pretty cool. You know, aftermarket radiator, you know, shroud. Looks like an alternator bracket. So here's the Terminator X. This is the trip flow intake piece. Here's some Ford Racing valve covers. These are pretty cool. We might even use these. We're gonna have to take the Terminator X out, Cousin Paul, just so we can get our cage welded in, and we'll just replumb this, you know what I mean? So that's something we're gonna do. So it looks like we got a trip flow intake with an aftermarket throttle body. This car just keeps on giving, don't it? With the lower factory distributor. So here's the rockers that I promised. Lamar Richardson actually bought my engine that came out of this car, so I'm gonna give them all this stuff here. Like, these are aftermarket rockers from Coupe, you know what I mean? So very nice rocker setup. And these are all going to Lamar Richardson because the engine that came out of the car here over on the stand, we purchased this past week, so pretty cool. Moving in, we got some fuel rails, and hell yeah, these are the 30s. I already know what pounds these are, so this is something we will probably definitely reuse on one of the vehicles that we have. So we're gonna go ahead and push this grommet through right here. Got this Terminator X. We'll put it back in the box, and then we'll actually reinstall it and kind of plumb it the way we want to plumb it. So learn a new tuning system here with the Terminator X. Stock flywheel. More put to the pile. These are some nice valve cover gaskets. What's in this box? These are door handles. Got a turbo here. You guys probably noticed that earlier, I'm sure. I'm not even sure what brand it is. It looks like it's just a generic brand here. It's heavier than shit though. And that's got a big housing on it. It looks like this is an On3 ceramic turbo kit. I will get it out here in a second. Here's the original bezel. What is this thing? This looks like a boom mat. All right, so the cowl panel, that's nice. It's not all broken up. That's something that's gonna go back in the car when we fix it. Lower knee bolster. More dash parts. Two bolts you've been wrenching for like 30 minutes.
Ain't stopped.
Yeah, pretty sure this is an On3 kit. Brand new. That's what it looks like. I don't see any intercooler or cold side. I think it was just the hot side. I got a couple other things here. Some random pieces here. Seals. That looks like a board. Look, that's a 4. Hey man, we ain't even got one of these. Ain't that cool? I was just talking about this in the other video, getting a 430 over piston ring thing. An aftermarket O2 harness. That's about it, boys. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the stuff that we want to take out for now. I wanted to show you guys on the channel here. You know, we definitely got a pile of stuff here to go through. Most of the stuff is going to go back in it as far as like the interior pieces, but we got to get the car, you know, down to a shell so we can get the 10-point chrome molly cage that we plan on putting in this car. So stick around. Next thing we're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you some pictures of where we're going to start. All right, we got this car pretty much stripped out where we want it. We got a repair over there on the driver's bolt. But we're gonna end up, actually guys, we're gonna end up taking all this deadener out because I gotta weld up the cage and everything in here. We're gonna be putting a 10-point cage in here. We're probably gonna get it here from Team Z or have it custom fabricated. But you know, I'll put the Team Z 10-point chrome molly in and I'll, you know, tack it in with the MIG here on the channel. And then I'll have my buddy Stevie at McBride Racing, you know, TIG it all in for cert. So here in the back, what we're gonna be doing with the cars, we're gonna go with MAP Racing. They have a rear mount. You can see here in the picture, they have a rear mount, chute mount that we're gonna delete the bumper. We're gonna go underneath the car for the axle. And underneath the car, we're gonna run the 8.8 brace kit from Team Z axle brace. We're gonna build another axle. We're gonna run the anti-roll bar and the spherical control arm that you can adjust. The 10-point, we're gonna put the torque box reinforcements in all at the same time. As far as a subframe connectors underneath the car, we're gonna run with the Maximum Motorsports full lengths that run from the torque box all the way up to the firewall. I really like the way they designed those, so that's really kind of cool for this. I could opt to do the ones through the floor. Those are really nice. Team Z makes them, but we're just gonna go ahead and go with the full lengths for now that go all the way up to the firewall. And then of course, moving to the front, we're gonna probably run with a Team Z chrome molly K-member setup with the control arms that are adjustable. And it's gonna get my AFCO struts after my white car uses them for a little bit. And of course the front tubular kit to lighten it up and to fix the bend in it that's been in there for about 25 years. So yeah, guys, I'm super excited we're gonna have this on an accelerated build sheet, which means that we're gonna get the white car running again. We're gonna, you know, do real well with it this year. We're gonna do some no prep and prep stick shift racing with it. Now, as far as an engine, transmission, and here hiding in the corner is our T56 Magnum that we bought as a spare that used to be in the black car. Now this is a 297 first gear, and of course we got our Stifler's cross member. So big shout to Stifler's. We're also going to be running the drive shaft loop as well. So we got the transmission, we got the bell housing, and we got the drive shaft here from Inland Empire. And if you guys remember, we had a pretty boss turbo kit here on the channel that used to actually be attached to our 363. So black car is going to actually lose its 363 for the time being, as we'll build a new motor for it. But we're going to put this turbo kit on with that turbo and the new housing I'm about to introduce you guys to. And we're going to run the 363 with our turbo kit we already have, our T56, and a build axle. So guys, be looking forward to this build on the channel. This thing's going to be awesome. I've been wanting to build a coupe for a long time, and this is the way I would build it. We're gonna probably paint it black with the cream color to give it back to its SSP roots. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, leave me a comment below, let me know what you guys think. Hit that join button, check out the channel membership, and the channel perks that the channel members get here on the channel. But outside that, me, Cousin Paul, Cousin Fred, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.